She wasn't a happy girl, and everybody thought she was because of the smile she put on her face every day to come to school. But there was something more to her life than a fake smile and fake laughs. She had another side. A side nobody knew. A dark side. She arrived home to an unsafe place. She spent most of her time alone in her room, a place where she could be herself and cry herself to sleep every night. But it was that simple. She would wake up every morning, wipe away her tears, and cover her face with makeup to hide the real self she was and pretend to be someone else again. For her friends, she was just one more. They wouldn't pay much attention to her and didn't realize the hurt she had. After school was over, she would go home and draw. She would draw out of anyone's sight. She would hide herself in the bathroom and draw. Nobody had ever seen her drawings except for 4 blank walls surrounding her bathroom. It was her deepest secret. No pen or pencils were needed. A simple Band-Aid would do. Her whole life was reflected on the sad drawing she made. She had always been waiting for that one person to come, that one person she would show her true self to. She waited, and no one ever came. The whole gallery of drawings stayed hidden. There was no one she could really talk to. No one ever listened. Even in her small attempts to talk, she was disappointed and always ended up silent. Her dreams were her only escape, but that wasn't the safest place either. Sometimes her demons haunted her and wouldn't allow her to sleep. She stayed awake at night, looking at the window, staring at the stars, praying to God to take all the pain away. At school, she had anxiety to release her pain. She excused herself to go to the bathroom and took a sharpener with her. She walked the endless corridors as if they were never going to end, scared of her own thoughts, but at the same time willing to end her hopeless life. As interminable tears poured down her pink cheeks and her heart started to accelerate, her skin started to burn. She ended up in an isolated place, where she could finish what she had started with no one bothering her. With her destiny on her hands, she slowly started to cut, blood all over her shirt and hands. At the end of the hallway, she saw a blurred face. It looked familiar. Tate. He rapidly approached to her, held her tight, and whispered, "Don't let go." His words filled her with happiness and pushed her to fight her sadness. She tried hard not to close her eyes, but she couldn't. Blank. That's what she saw. Slowly opened her eyes and saw him. He was there, sleeping. He looked so peaceful. So she closed her eyes and tried not to move. She didn't understand why he had helped her, why he had stayed. She turned around and saw his face. He had a smile. He had awakened. He asked how she felt and if he could get her anything. She just smiled back and lay there, empty. Days had gone by, and Tate and Anne were closer. She wasn't sad or empty anymore. She had found someone she could confide all her secrets to. She found him. She could talk to him, and he would listen. Little by little, the scars started to fade. Her eyes looked brighter and filled with love and hope. Her fake smile started to turn real. The demons that once tortured her were replaced with his loving words. She realized she had been wasting her life, and it was possible to actually be happy, to really smile, with no makeup or Band-Aids needed.